don't handle stressors very well. Absolutely soaked. Love this wine finale. Mental breakdown. You could lose your dignity. Hello, welcome to the vlog. How are we doing today? I hope you are well. It is actually Valentine's Day today. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm sure by the time this is out, it is far in the past, but I hope you had a great one. I am someone that's single as hell, but I still think that it's a really cute, fun day. It does not have to be romantic love. It can be any kind of love, no matter how you celebrate it, or even if you didn't celebrate. I hope the 14th was a good day. It's a Friday, which helped. Also, if you can hear my car right now, I am so sorry. It is dead of winter, -5 degrees out right now, so if I turn my car off, I will freeze.
Is it me?
That's dramatic. It would take a long time for me to freeze, but I'd get very cold very fast. Today's February 14th. I'm not doing anything Valentine's Day, really. I mean, I'm not planning on it, but that is not why I picked you up. I'm about to run some errands, and I just was feeling in the mood to vlog.
Okay.
So here we are. I just uploaded another vlog today, actually, and there's been a bunch of comments on it thus far, people being just very nice, so I think it just... I don't know, I'm feeling really motivated. So, I'm currently seated outside of Walmart. I'm really trying going in there, to be entirely candid. The initial list of errands that I had did not include Walmart. I also love a list. I make lists for everything. My list people, comment down below. I got my government monies today. If you're not caught up, I'm not able to work at the moment due to my mental health, so I'm getting a little sprinkle of money from my provincial government. I got that paycheck today, and it's the last day for this thing that we have going on in Newfoundland where you don't pay tax for essentials. It was something that they released in December to help with Christmas costs.
What the?
I mean, shit here is just so insanely expensive anyways, and our tax is 15%. So they've had like a no tax on essentials. Food is one of them. Also, alcohol is one, which I thought was kind of crazy. Not all forms, but like certain forms of alcohol were also tax-free, but then weed wasn't.
Don't be rude.
You're probably really uninterested by this. Today's the last day that they have that, and I am entirely out of groceries. So it seems serendipitous to go pick up at least a few little groceries. I just hate the general public. When it's busy, I should say. I don't mind public spaces when they're not jam-packed with human beings, but it seems every time I go out these days, it is just jam-packed with human beings, and I get so overwhelmed. I've been ordering groceries here and there, but it's really not feasible financially for me to do that. I'm hoping to pick up some basic grocery stuff. I'm not gonna go crazy. My problem is that sometimes I go a bit willy-nilly when I go in there, and I feel like I have to scan every single aisle of the grocery store to make sure that I have every little possible thing I've ever eaten, and then I end up picking up not things that I eat, but things that I just want, because I'm like, oh my god, that's so cute, that was so interesting. I needed to make sure to not do that. I should have made a list for this too. Speaking of lists, I didn't even make a grocery list because I wasn't planning on doing this. I picked up a Starbucks and had to go to the bank, and it's right next to the Walmart, so I'm like, I should really go and do it. And I would wait till later this evening when it's probably going to be less busy, although maybe it would be more busy. I don't know. I feel like every time I try to gauge busyness, it doesn't matter what time I go, it's just always fucking busy. If I put it off till later, I just won't do it. I know I won't do it. Every time I say I'm gonna do something later, that's something I really don't want to do. 90% of the time, I'm not gonna do it later. And tomorrow, everything will be 15% more expensive. So I really need to do this. I don't know how much I'm gonna actually vlog in there because I'm scared as is. But who knows? If it's not so busy, maybe I'll feel courageous enough to pop out the camera. After this, I do have a couple more things to do today. I broke my beautiful glass device for smoking, my bong. I know that intimidates a lot of people, but it is my preferred method. I like when it goes through water. There's a spot that's a little outside of town that has pretty good deals when it comes to this kind of stuff. I really don't know how YouTube is with things like that. It is legal where I live. I live in Canada, so fully legal. I mean, I was doing it before it was legal too, but we're not gonna talk about that. That's why I'm being really weird and talking about it. I'm gonna go face my fears and go into Walmart. You see that meme going around that's like, my body can't tell the difference between being hunted for sport and sending an email or something like that. Hunted for sport? That's probably not right. That meme, so true. Fuck. I don't know why my brain sends me into fight or flight just to go into fucking Walmart. And I'm medicated. I'm quite medicated. Alright, wish me luck. If you like dill pickle, these are amazing. Okay, we're back in the car. Oh my god. Oh my god. It is freezing out and incredibly windy, which makes it feel a million times colder. It was very busy. as anticipated, but the majority of that was not too terrible. I only started getting overstimulated towards the very end. I did realize, though, I am gonna have to stop home before I finish my errands, as I bought many perishables. Didn't consider that. I'm gonna pop home quickly, put all this stuff away, and then we'll head out again. Considering I'm looking more forward to the next errand, I think I will actually get myself back out of the house. You also, like, if you're out, then you're out, and it's like you want to do everything in the one go before going back home. I feel like the second I'm into my home, I don't want to leave again, especially winter. I feel like lately I'm extra like, why am I so overwhelmed just trying to go out anywhere? But it's probably because it's winter and it's fucking freezing here, and the wind and the slush. We had more snow last night. Within the past week, we've had like 45 centimeters of snow. That's not an exaggeration. What the hell? That could be it. That could be it. Oh my god. So I got all of my goodies. There's a little bakery in this parking lot that I've ordered from before. Decided to go in there, get a little piece of honey cake is what it's called. Come back to my car. First of all, I almost slipped getting into the car. Almost dropped my goodies. Slam it into the car to try and save it. Thankfully, I didn't squish it too much. The box it was in protected it, but oh my god. I was also trying to get B-roll just because I'm annoyed. It's snowing very hard, very windy. There's like cars everywhere coming and going. It just felt like absolute chaos. Everything's happening all at once, right? I opened my door, try and just throw everything in there because I'm like so overwhelmed. Look at my seat, and my Starbucks drink, or what was left of my matcha, was tipped upside down on the seat, and there wasn't a whole lot left, but there was enough that like my seat is soaking. It is absolutely soaked. So I took off my vest and I'm sitting on it because it's the only way that I'm gonna, one, save my jeans, and two, have a comfortable ride home. I would not be able to handle a wet bottom. Ugh, physically making me shudder. I'm gonna head home and use my new device so I can chill the fuck out. I am home. New device has been used. Very nice. I'm just about to put on my comfy clothes. Before I did, if you watched my last vlog, I did a little thrift and a haul. These are the jeans. They're a little like stretched out now that I've worn them all day, but they are so comfy and the fit is like perfect. They have the like additional belt loops. I'm just like obsessed. Denver Hayes, always with the best clothing items. It's been a couple of days. It is now Sunday. I'm currently at my dad's house, if you don't recognize my surroundings. I'm hanging out here today because there's some plumbing sewer issues happening at my place currently. If you don't know, my brother is my landlord. I rent the basement apartment from him, and out of nowhere yesterday, my toilet decided to overflow and flood my bathroom. So fun, right? So the first time this has happened, it's a pretty old home. The toilet didn't even clog, which is the exact same thing that happened last time. I just walked in my bathroom at some point and the floor was covered in toilet water. Cute. My brother is tackling that himself today. Hopefully we don't have to get the city involved.
Spoiler, they had to get the city involved.
Regardless, there is no working water or plumbing or any of the likes at my place, so I'm hanging out at my dad's. Not too much else happened yesterday. I did a little bit of cleaning, just some chores around the house. It was a really not nice day out, so I had no motivation to leave my apartment. It happens to me a lot these days. And if you notice my face here, that it kind of looks like I'm upset or like I was crying, it's because I was. Amidst all of this happening, I just had a little breakdown. I wouldn't really call it little, actually. It was not a good time.
I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware.
We're gonna go get ready. Well, I'm gonna put eyebrows on my face at least, so we're gonna head to the washroom. I mentioned this in my last vlog, but I don't handle stressors very well. And as I said, this January, the start of this year, brought a lot of stressors on, and it just all kind of hit me yesterday. I think Valentine's Day, while I was all happy-go-lucky out and about, when I was home, it kind of hit me a little bit. I had a pretty rocky relationship. It was well over a year ago now, but I'm just not quite through how it ended, and just the whole thing, like I'm still struggling with it, unfortunately. My ex is in a new relationship, and I creep him more than I should, and yeah, I shouldn't have subjected myself to that anyways, but I think seeing that was tough. And then I don't really have the support system that I once did. Some of the stuff that's been going on was involving people that were really big in my life, friends that were a huge part of my life that I'm kind of shifting away from, and then me for various reasons. I went from having a pretty decent sized circle of friends for my age to now really only having like a couple of people that I feel I can rely on, or like I can go to if I need support, even though it is for the best. It's difficult adjusting to that. I've had the same friend group since like grade 8, grade 9, which would have been like 2010, 2011, up until pretty much now. I think yesterday just all hit me again. When you're going through a big change like that, I feel like it comes in waves. It's almost like grieving the friendships and whatnot. Some days are easier than others, you know? And while I've been doing relatively okay with it, like at first it was really, really, really hard. Now that I've been more on my feet again, I think it just kind of hit me, especially Valentine's Day, the day of love, the day of appreciation. There's so many other things too, but I'm going to get my makeup. Did get to shower at my place this morning before I left, which is great because I hate showering elsewhere. Having to lug all that shit around, not fun. I didn't mention this, I realized, but I tried microblading my brows. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It should be out by now. And it just didn't work. It did work at first, but then after the scab started healing, there's just nothing left. That's just kind of like a wound. Either way, it looked like I fully had eyebrows until the scabs came off, and now I have to draw them on again. I also just feel like when I put a little bit more effort into my day, actually get dressed. I mean, I'm in sweatpants and a crew neck, so I'm not really dressed, but just like leaving pajamas, getting out of your pajamas, putting on a little bit of makeup, doing something with your hair. I just feel like more ready to do something with my day. I'm gonna grab my stuff, one sec. Okay, this is my like everyday bag that I use for everything. I get a lot of compliments on it, which I get because I'm obsessed with it. I thrifted it, I did not make it. A lot of people ask me if I made it. I wish. I wish. My dad hates this kind of stuff. Don't tell him. Sorry for the lighting. I feel like the lighting here is ass. I'm right now realizing I didn't bring any moisturizer for my face. Fuck. This is why I hate getting ready elsewhere. I just have too much shit, and I like using the same shit. Is the light doing weird things? Oh no. I think that helps. Sorry, I'm still getting used to filming with a camera and not my phone, which is easier, but the lighting and stuff, just different, so I'm getting used to it. Bear with me. I'm really gonna need something to moisturize my face with. There's gotta be some kind of moisturizer here, right? Oh, my tried and true. I'm gonna put some tissues down on the counter so I don't get my makeup shit all over it. Like, yes, this is my dad's house, but it's not the house I grew up in, so it feels less like I don't want to get it dirty because it's not like, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? This is the same concealer I've been using for a while, but I feel like it's really not matching my undertone. I didn't notice until I was in this lighting. I do have like pink undertones and this is more yellow, but I feel like it's like really not matching my face. That typically isn't the case. Although maybe I've just been oblivious until now. I've been doing this technique lately of putting like concealer or whatever I'm putting on my face on my skin, putting it on the brush, and then putting it on my face. There's like a makeup artist that did a little tutorial on how to get more flawless skin with makeup, and that was kind of her tips, part of her tips, one of her tips. I've always been a beauty blender girl, but I'm really liking this. God, this is horrific lighting to be doing your makeup in. Apparently that was still on there. Do you want to say hi to yourself? Hey! God, I look truly horrific. Holy fuck. Oh! I totally forgot. Oh my god, I look like Nosferatu. I swear it's partially this lighting. This and this, not the same. I did start watching the new season of Love is Blind that came out on Valentine's Day. That's pretty much what I did all that night and the next morning. I did film a little clip because I was planning on actually vlogging yesterday. I just, especially after I started crying, that kind of went out the window. But I did start the new Love is Blind and I had some thoughts. I'm currently watching the second couple that's actually meeting in person. I can't remember anyone's names yet. I've binged almost all of the episodes, so whenever I do that, I never retain their names. But it's the girl with the sister in the LGBTQ community, and the guy that grew up really religious, or like is really religious. They're meeting for the first time. Anyways, she just goes, I'm so excited, like I have absolutely nothing to lose here. Like I'm going to hug my husband for the first time. And I'm like, you have nothing to lose? Girl. I mean, they're both very attractive people, as they always choose for this show anyways, but like, what if you thought he was disgusting? What if he's the most awkward thing ever? What if he's just the opposite of your type? There's so many what ifs on the line here. You could lose so much. You could lose the fiance that you just acquired within the past like week. You could lose your dignity. There's so, like, I just, oh god. Watching reality shows always just makes me feel more sane. That sounds really mean. I just feel more like a grounded human being, because I'm like, nothing to lose? You have, I feel, a lot to lose because you put so much on the line so quick. But hey, to each their own. To each their own. The names are Ben and Sarah. Also not sure how they're gonna work out considering the vastly different political views and such. Well, I guess not different, but the fact that he just like doesn't care about it or give a fuck. I mean, I don't know. That'd be an issue for me, that's for sure. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh my god. It's a good looking couple, I'll say that.
Will you marry me?
Watch, she says no.
Yes.
They look really good together, I'm not gonna lie. That's a good looking couple. I just always find this so fucking awkward. Okay, these are always awkward. I will stand on that. But I feel like that was one of the least awkward I've ever seen. I do feel like I'm pretty good at reading body language. And I don't know, I feel like that first meeting with them was really good. The first, I found really awkward. They clearly did think that each other was attractive and whatnot, but it's like they were just being too, I don't know. Sometimes they're all just too weird because it is so much emotion. You fully have like adrenaline, I would imagine. I'm not trying to like judge these people too harshly.
She says, judging them harshly.
I don't know. know. I actually have more hope for them than I was initially anticipating I would. I don't know. They seem like they actually do have some chemistry. I think I'm a really hot couple. That's a hot couple. I don't know for sure who's my favorite couple yet. That usually doesn't happen until the actual vacation. That's when you like really see their connection. So I don't know who my favorite couple is yet. I really like Mason for the boys. And I really thought that Mason and what is her name? Madison. Really thought Mason and Madison were gonna pair up. I was really surprised when they didn't. I just realized that by the time this is coming out, we're probably gonna be well into Love is Blind, or it might even be finishing. Yeah, I feel like all the episodes might be released besides the reunion. It's gonna be interesting to watch the difference in opinion from then to now. Okay. We are in the future. Considering the timing of this vlog, I figured I would insert a little real-time-ish clip of my reactions of the Love is Blind finale. I made some jot notes so that this doesn't take a year. Alright, first and foremost, I think this season and like the later seasons have been proving that more and more people are not going on this for the right reason. I mean, most reality TV is like that, but after this one wrapped up, I felt very unsatisfied, very like cheated almost, because it didn't seem like people were genuine. But again, this is reality TV. My opinions pretty much changed on everybody, which has happened many times before. When I was editing this vlog and I was talking about Mason, I was like, Mason who? Like, he also very quickly gave me the ick. Same with Madison and Meg. That whole thing was just a fucking mess. I'm not a huge fan of any of them. It's not that I dislike them, but there was some red flags going on there with I think all three of them. Now to get onto the final couples that made it. If you have not watched Love is Blind, you don't want any spoilers, maybe skip ahead. I'll put a little thing on screen here of the time that I'll stop talking about this. All right, Lauren, Dave. Never had hope for them because Dave is actually disgusting. That man needs so much therapy, like so much therapy. I do like Lauren. I liked her more at first than as it sort of went on, but I do like Lauren. I think she has a good head on her shoulders, and I was surprised that they even made it as far as they did because Dave is such... Ugh, he's not cute. He's such a dick. Not funny. And his drunk, that scene where he's obviously fucking belligerent drunk and changes his mind and everything. Like, fuck you, Dave. Fuck you. Hated him. Another couple I had absolutely no hope for was Devin and Virginia. I'm not even really gonna go into that one because that was just... Huh? Why aren't you talking about politics in the pods? Why are you waiting until you're engaged to talk about really big important things, especially if they're important to you, you know? I do totally support her prenup whole thing, but I don't know, two of them, I was never invested. I didn't really care. I didn't think they were gonna make it very far. Then getting into Ben and Sarah. Did really like Ben and Sarah as it went on. Ben obviously had a lot of red flags for me with his views on things or lack of views on things. And I'm actually really glad with how that ended. I'm glad that she fucking left that man at the altar. And he was like, I'd like to still date. She was like, oh, we'll talk about it. We love that. We love that. He has some growing to do. I don't think he's like a terrible person, but like he has some growing to do, some learning to do. Monica and Joey. Monica is one of my favorites of the season. Monica, Sarah, Taylor. They ended up being my girls. I like them a lot. Monica and Joey, I really ended up liking them together. Like I was rooting for them, but I did have reservations about Joey feeling like he wasn't being honest, not like he wasn't as into it as he was saying and letting on. I think that he has a good heart as well. He means well, but he just wasn't being genuine. And I'm really glad that Monica could see that and that she was the one that said no because he was obviously going to say no. Love the girls this season. Really standing the girls. And then finally, the one couple that did work. Taylor and Daniel. I really like Taylor and Daniel. I'm not gonna lie. I was also rooting for them. Despite all the weird, maybe him creeping her beforehand, I am still a little suspicious about that. While there was a lot of people saying, these are like the most basic things for people to bond over. Obviously he didn't creep her. Yeah, but also the way he reacted to it was my biggest, this is kind of weird. Like, I don't know. I don't think that he like stalked her and followed her on the show or anything like that. I don't think he's like a massive stalker or was intending on that, but he might have put two and two together. Who knows? Maybe we'll be seeing a documentary about them in the future about how he is actually a massive stalker and followed her on the show. Hopefully not. They did seem really sweet and genuine. Their connection just seemed to be the strongest. The fact that they didn't smash until the wedding night, they might have had sex for the first time and been like, oh, which isn't a deal breaker, I guess. It depends on you and your... You know, there's a lot of factors involved. That to me is a bit like, I would want to test that out before marrying someone, probably. But hey, I don't think I'd be going on this show, so I really can't put myself in their shoes, can I? Those are my thoughts. Overall, I think Love is Blind is slowly becoming a dud of a show. I get invested every season, of course, but this is the first time that I've really felt blah. Usually I feel satisfied either with the drama or the potential loves or whatever. If you love reality TV and you just like pop culture and stuff, yeah, sure, it's interesting and all, but like the magic of the insanity of this show that was in the first few seasons, it's just not really a thing anymore. Am I gonna watch next season of the show? Yeah, I probably will. I'm probably gonna be sad for every fucking season that comes out. See you next season. The fact that it's, sorry, you can totally hear my cats eating right now. The fact that it's past 5 p.m. and it's not pitch dark out, pitch black. Better times are on the way, friends. Better times are on the way. I'm really feeling the seasonal depression this year. Also snowing a fucking again, like really coming down. The more time goes on, the worse I am hating winter. I'm gonna end the vlog here. I'm sorry that it was a bit of a boring one. I mean, all my vlogs are boring because my life is pretty boring, but my brain, it felt like really scattered and kind of all over the place. I had more plans of things that just kind of fell through, so I'm also hoping to get into some form of actual posting schedule in the near future, just while I'm getting back on my feet with this whole mental breakdown that I've had and I'm still kind of having. It's been slow adding things back in and trying to get back to a regular schedule without overwhelming myself, so bear with me in the meantime. I am hoping to get into some form of actual regular posting schedule so you can know when to look out for my videos if you're interested. If you want to keep up with me in the meantime, here are my socials. Thanks again. Truly, I appreciate you so much for supporting me and my little YouTube channel. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Sorry I look like a rat right now. Oh my god. If you had told me 5 years ago that I would be looking like this on the internet, I would have laughed in your face. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm taking it as a win because I give less of a fuck, you know? Okay. Bye.